SEGA needs to port the Sonic Advance Trilogy to the Nintendo Switch. That's the tweet. The Sonic Advance series, developed by Temzy in the early 2000s, is a spin-off series of the video game franchise Sonic the Hedgehog that takes a classic formula from the Genesis era and reimagines it in a brand new style of gameplay with a modern cast. And I find it absolutely criminal that the only way to play these games is either illegally through emulation or on outdated game console. And if you want to go the legit route, good luck spending less than £100 buying a Game Boy or Nintendo DS, and even if you do get one, then there's the hassle of buying the game cartridges. Now, I'm a firm believer of game preservation no matter how old the games in questions are, and despite some of the flaws in the Sonic Advance games, I believe every Sonic fan, new or OG, should get a chance to experience these games in HD. You already know where I'm going with this. We need a port of the Sonic Advance Trilogy. T-Squad Rise Up, is your boy Temzy back here again with another video, and I not only want to show you guys why we need Sonic Advance ports, I'm also going to provide 3 possible ways that SEGA could pull these off and get these games playable again in 2023. But before we get into this juicy content, it has come to my attention that some of you guys forgot to click the subscribe button. Yeah, I'm on to you. You thought I wouldn't mention it, huh? Yeah, I see you. But all jokes aside, be sure to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. It's completely free to do and it lets me know that you guys are rocking with the Temzy content. But anyways, here's why we need the Sonic Advance ports. If you want to play Sonic Advance 1, 2 or 3 in 2023, you either have to whip out your Game Boy or Nintendo DS, if you even have one in 2023, or play using an emulator or on a modded console or PC. If you want to experience it on the go, you could get it on your phone, but I personally hate using touchscreen controls for anything more complicated than Sonic Dash. At that point, I'd rather pair my Pro controller or PS5 controller, which is just its own process. I don't even want to mention buying a custom handheld for these games because there's no way I'm paying for an entire handheld that I don't already own to play these games, and don't even mention the Wii U method of playing these games either. I'm on to you, export. Anyways, to cut a potential ramble short, I'd much rather play these games on a household name handheld like the Switch or the Steam Deck, because these consoles are multifunctional, meaning I can get other modern games from other franchises instead of just having a dedicated emulator lying around. And as of writing this script, it's looking like the official Sonic account just teased a freaking Heroes remake of all things. So advanced ports aren't even a far stretch anymore. But Temzy, I hear you ask, how would they go about porting these games? Hold on. Before I answer that, I know you guys have another burning question to ask me. What about the Rush games? Aren't they superior in gameplay, music, graphics, and literally everything else? Duh. But think logically for a second. That Nintendo DS with its 2 screens is going to overcomplicate things. I'm not saying it's impossible for them to port or remaster these 2 games. That's right, I said 2, fight about it in the comments. I'm just saying it would make a lot more sense and be way easier to port / remaster or even remake these 2D side-scroller games than all that complicated shit going on in Sonic Rush. Now let's talk about the first method they can use to bring the advanced games to the modern audiences. Method number 1. Nintendo Switch Online. This was even my entire inspiration for making this video. Seeing that Nintendo Direct announcement that they were going to bring back both Game Boy and GBA games to the Switch through their usual emulation methods was so exciting until I actually searched the official lists on the websites all over and didn't see a single mention of Sonic. This is quite literally the easiest port they could make for this game. The Sonic Genesis games are even a part of the Switch Online expansion pack, and those games weren't originally on Nintendo when they first launched. So imagine them porting a game that launched both on a Nintendo device and was developed by SEGA. Well, it was developed by Dimps, but it was still under SEGA. Port the damn games. All you have to do is literally dump the ROMs into the Switch's built emulator, and look, a cheap and easy way to play the Sonic Advance games on a bigger screen than the Game Boy on the go. SEGA wouldn't even have to worry about handing over the files to another developer who could just mess up the remaster and give people seizures. I'm sorry, that was in poor taste, but it had to be said. Now with option 2, SEGA could go out and make a remastered collection like that with Sonic Origins. Although Sonic Origins is kind of a mess, it's still a somewhat valid way to play the classic games on different devices. I'm sorry, Unleashed. And the 3 advanced games are more than enough for a remastered collection in my opinion. Maybe just juice up the sprites a little bit, get T-Lobes to compose some fire for that bitch and slap on a £40 price tag, and I'll more than happily buy it. even if they get rid of the live system again and lock it behind the classic mode or some nonsense like that, I don't care. And this way everyone can get to enjoy these games instead of just Nintendo Switch users. Because although it makes sense to port Nintendo exclusive games to newer Nintendo consoles, not everyone has a Switch. So it would be better if everyone could access these games. Hopefully SEGA will use this as an opportunity to actually show they haven't forgotten how to release a decent remastered collection. And maybe, if they want to be nice and generous, they can even throw in the 2 Rush games and just name the collection the Sonic Handheld Collection or something. Don't actually call it this is a terrible name. But what I'm saying is, I want to see how they will tackle these games before they touch my lovely Rush duology. Oh, you want to hear the third? I promised 3, didn't I? Okay, yeah, for the third one, hear me out. What I'm saying is, they call up Christian Whitehead and the boys at Evening Star and ask them to come on down and recreate the advanced framework in the retro engine. After all, they did cook Mania from it, and that game turned out absolutely spectacular. So, I've seen so many fan recreations of the advanced framework already. So imagine if they get these guys to do it. A Sonic Advance 1-to-1 remake with better level design and widescreen so the players can have a better view of the obstacles ahead. That would just be amazing. But we can only dream. Whichever way they do it, they better port, remaster or remake these games soon, or Sonic Twitter is going to implode from all the classic Sonic discourse going on this week. Yeah, I'm not calling it X, kiss my nuts, Elo. While that happens, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, because I know you guys enjoyed the video. If you're watching this long, give me my dues, my nigga. Like the video, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Temzy out, peace.